Hey everyone, this is E&C. You're watching Board Game Addict. Thank you so much for tuning into this special episode where I have found a board game treasure. Now, before I get to that board game treasure, I want to thank you so much for liking, commenting, subscribing, hitting that bell notification, sharing this on your favorite social media. And if you're watching this and you haven't done that yet, please, it would really mean so much to me if you wouldn't mind subscribing to this channel. And if you do subscribe and you want to go further and hit the bell notification and share it, again, anything that you do to help promote this channel would really help. And I'm committed here to continually putting out good content for people who love board games and people who want to learn how to play different games and people who, just making it fun and educational and interesting for everybody who are into board games. So like, comment, subscribe. If you want to go that one extra step and see us make improvements here, obviously you can see I've already carved out a room here, and we're making improvements on this room to make it more studio-like. Then please donate in the link below to buy me a coffee if you're willing to go that one extra step. Where it's a page where you can donate cash. It's an alternative to Patreon. But right now, okay, so enough of that selling of the product, except for one more thing. In the link below, or in the description below, there'll be a link to where you can get this game. Now, not this particular game, but this game. Okay, you'll see what I'm saying in a minute. So I want to show you this game. I want to talk about why we have this game and why I particularly have this game. And why am I answering all this questions? Well, it'll make sense to you as soon as you see this game. Okay, so what's the game? It is Scrabble. Look how old this game is. I mean, look at it. We're going to unbox it here in a second, and I'm going to show you what's on the inside. But before I do that, I just kind of wanted to show you the game. Obviously, there is some tape put on it, so somebody tried to fix it up later, some masking tape. So in a previous video, I mentioned that Scrabble would be not a game that I would really pay much attention to here because I'm not very interested in it, but I couldn't help but do this one because we were cleaning out our garage because we're just trying to make renovations around the house with the studio and, just other stuff in general, just house stuff in general. And we came across some of these old games, 3 of them. So I'm going to show you all 3. However, let me just make a caveat to that too. 2 of those games I would consider party games and not necessarily board games. This is the only one I would really consider a board game. And with that in mind, let me ask you to leave a comment in the comment section below. Do you make a distinction between board games and party games? They're pretty similar, but I personally do. So for example, I would make a distinction between a board game like the only thing that's coming to mind is Scrabble, or like any one of these games back here, Othello or Back to the Future, and a party game like Pictionary. Do you make that same distinction? Let's discuss it in the comments below. Now on to why I have this. So I did say I would never do anything on Scrabble because it's something I'm personally not interested in. But we found this and it was so old that I just couldn't help but dedicate this short video to that because it's worth looking at. When you find an old game, no matter what the game is, it's really worth looking at. Why do I have it? Well, in a previous video, I talked about the only game my wife will play is, and then I don't give it away, but then in the video I give it away, and I'm sure if you're watching this, you've seen that video too, and it is Trivial Pursuit. Well, that's not quite true, okay? That's the only game I've ever played with her in 25 years of marriage. I've never played any other game with her, okay? But before that, she was kind of into Scrabble. So 25 plus years ago, even before that, of course, growing up, people had either given her Scrabble games or she inherited them somehow. And I'm not even sure she remembers how she got this game. But that's how we came into possession of it, because I didn't buy it or anything like that, but she had it from way before we were even married because she was into Scrabble a little bit. In other words, Scrabble would be one of those games I could probably talk her into playing. I'm not going to, because I don't like Scrabble. So, but that's how we have it, and that's why I'm doing the game. And the reason why I bring it up is because, again, in the last episode, I said never do anything really on Scrabble too much, kind of, I think, and that's part of the caveat of that. Now, on to, well, let's just get to it here. Let's get to unboxing this game. All right, let's take a look at what's inside this game. Here, I've already showed you the top Scrabble here. And now inside on the back of the top are the instructions. How to begin, how to play, scoring, that kind of thing. Some examples. There we go. Rules for playing Scrabble. Awesome. Right. So this won't be too long because there's really not a whole lot in it. But the important part is the important part, and that's the rules. And then this would be another hugely important part, and that's the game itself right there. Or the board itself right there. Now look, I am so not into Scrabble that I honestly don't even know if this has changed over the years. Like if you got a game today, if it would be different. You'd think I would know something about it because I'm into board games, but quite honestly, I literally can't remember the last time I've even opened a Scrabble or looked at a Scrabble or played it or anything like that. I mean, I know I've played it before, but I really couldn't tell you when. So here are the little dealios that you set your thing up on. And oh, here's a blank space. And this is so old that I don't even know if it has all the pieces to it either, so I don't have any idea. So there's an E, and obviously you set that in there like that, right? E, blank space. Okay. So really that's what's inside. It's actually pretty simple. That's all the pieces on the inside there. That's really all there is to it as far as what's inside the game. All right, everyone. So thank you for watching today, and stick around. I found a couple more of these gems that are really super old. We'll be looking inside of them and seeing, what's inside. Again, as I said, I make a distinction between a board game and a party game, but because they're so old, and of course, even if you make that distinction, those terms kind of run together, and people who play those kind of games run in somewhat the same crowd, I would imagine. So thank you. Please, once again, if you like what we're doing here, please like, comment, subscribe, hit that bell notification, share it on your favorite social media. If you're watching this and you have not subscribed yet, please consider doing so. It would really mean the world to me. And if you want to go that one extra step, please buy me a coffee in the description. The link in the description below, you'll see a link to that page, Buy Me a Coffee. And I will leave a link in the description to the Scrabble game that I find most interesting on Amazon. I will leave you that in case you're interested in looking to buy a Scrabble game for yourself. All right, thanks. This has been Board Game Addict. I'm Ian C. We'll talk to you again soon. Hey everyone, before you go, I just want to remind you of all the great content we have on this channel, so stick around. If you liked that video, you might like these videos too.